What's up, you guys? Slim here with a new video today. I'm here to show you guys the deck I played at YCS Atlanta this past weekend. I ended up going X3 at the end of the day, unfortunately losing and only being 1 point short of day 2. It happens. I played the deck I love. You guys already know, 60 card zombie 50 million engine in one deck. A huge shout out to my brother Johnny, aka Asian Persuasion 2008. We built the deck together and we played the exact deck card for card. I absolutely loved our deck. You guys know I'm just a huge advocate for this deck, and we played a couple different things this time than we usually do. We kind of took a similar approach we did with Dallas. In Dallas, we always blinded second. This time we didn't blind second, but we did include cards that would allow us to go second. I'm not that lucky in die rolls. I went second a lot, so it actually worked out. I did actually play the prize card this time. I told him I would. We both played our Super Minervas. But yeah, I'll just get into it and show you guys what we played. You guys wanted to see it. I talked about it in the community tab, so glad you guys actually want to see what we played. Next YCS is YCS Salt Lake City. Thinking about it, gonna see if I can go to that one, and then Memphis the following month. So definitely gonna be playing a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh, but show you guys what I played, and I'll just break it down into our sections. Of course, for the hand traps, we played 3 Ash and 2 Ogre. So Ash, I know, is not that good against Pendulum. It's pretty clear, but it's good against pretty much everything else. It also has synergy in our deck because it's a zombie. Card was fine for me all day. I did Ash a couple Pot of Desires. I Ashed just some random stuff that actually worked out. Ogre was really good, though. Ogre was for Pendulum. I actually only played 1 Pendulum, and I actually didn't draw it for... I didn't draw it to hit the Electromite, but that's why it was there. It was also there for Gem Knight FTK because you hit their Link monster or whatever when it activates. So this card was just good overall. Plus their tuners, they helped out making Black Rose and stuff like that. So cards were good. Honestly, after seeing the results of the YCS, you guys already know, I'd probably bump into a 3rd Ogre for sure. Ogre was definitely probably one of the best hand traps of the weekend. That was it for the hand traps. On to the main monsters. The only foreign card in my deck now, these are actually Johnny Snow's that he gave me. They are German, and they are the only card that I needed to have translation for. They're not supers, but these commons were very loyal. I milled them a lot. There was only one game I lost in game 3 where I just couldn't actually hard draw a Snow. It was in my graveyard, and unfortunately I ended up losing to a Chaos Hunter, but I mean, outside of that, Snow was insane. So glad this card's still at 3. On to the small Lightsworn engine. Honestly, I know a lot of people will say, and I'll agree, we can't really call it a Lightsworn deck anymore, but we do play the main ones. We play 2 Raiden, 3 Wolf. Ratio was fine. I wanted to originally play a 3rd Raiden, but then I realized that charge just becomes redundant at that point because you're always charging for Raiden. Charge was never dead for me, so that's what we played. Wolf is Wolf. You hit it, you know, it's broken. I hit it quite a lot off of, you know, just milling and whatnot, and Curious made this deck insane, so that's why we still played, of course, the 3 Wolf. Onto the zombies, again, the strongest part of the deck. The standard 10, it's 10 for people that don't know. It's usually always 10 zombies. 3 Solitaire, 3 Mizuki, the 2 Unizombie, the 1 Gozuki, and the 1 Spirit Master. I don't really need to explain this. These cards are insane. They just do everything. Spirit Master is such an MVP because it can just disrupt your opponent so many times. It's just so good. I played against 1 Trickstar, and just being able to crack Candino was huge, so this was really good. Gozuki is nuts, too. Like, a lot of people still don't know what this card does. I just summoned them, like, activate effect. They're like, what does it do? I'm like, it's Foolish Burial. Then they read it, and it's like, yeah, this card's good. I did use this effect to summon a zombie, like, once from my hand, so it was just really good. I definitely still play it. Some people don't play it, but I really like it. So 10 zombies, staple in my opinion. On to probably the next best engine, the plants. The 3 Lone Fire, the 3 Scorpio, and the 1 Cobra. One game I lost, unfortunately. My 5th card going first was the Cobra. I did lose that game, but outside of that, every time this combo resolved, I won because you're just making Curious with it. Johnny and I have another card in our extra deck that we can make doing the combo instead, and then we put Curious in the corner, but I was always going for Curious. I felt that that card was just absolutely insane and probably one of the best cards in the extra deck. So yeah, this engine is just nuts. Searching Brilliant Fusion is insane. On to the Clown engine, which we get to play now. The 1 Damage Juggler, 2 copies of Hat Tricker, and the 1 Trick Clown. So I love these cards. So glad Damage Juggler is back. It can negate Wavering Eyes. It can negate any of that damn burn damage that we get from any of those FTKs or whatever it is if we happen to draw it. I loved it because every time I milled it, I just searched a hat trigger, and just being able to extend your combos, and the fact that hat trigger is earth is huge, being able to make misses and whatnot, and being able to work with Curious. So this engine was great. I definitely would not play the deck without these. They're insane. We did play 2 copies of Goblinberg. Originally, I was always playing 1. We upped it to a second one because we are playing Rhoda in the deck, and obviously I'd rather Rhoda for Goblinberg than Raiden because charges for Raiden, and it's just a really good starter card. Also helps make misses and helps make Curious, so card was good. And it's also searchable with one of the cards in our extra deck. Pretty sure you guys will be able to figure that out, but yeah, the 2 Goblinberg were solid. Going forward, I might cut it back down to 1, but 2 was good for the event. I saw it enough. Then the 1-ofs, the 1 Giant Rex, 1,000 Blades, and the 1 Garnet. To be honest, I drew Garnet once. Once in 9 rounds is pretty damn good, in my opinion. Common Garnet is broken. I know a couple people wanted me to play a second one. Couldn't do it. Couldn't bring myself to do it. Also couldn't find a second common, so I just couldn't do it. I don't think I can really, you know, give enough reason to play a second Garnet. Like, if you draw it, you draw it. It's still an Earth for misses. It's still an Earth to make with Curious. So, 1 I feel is all you need. And then the spicy 40th monster was 1 BLS. You guys have probably figured it out. We are playing the Noble Knight Azolde in our extra deck. And that was basically the reason, is you make that is your link to, and then you could search Goblinberg or Raiden or Thousand Blades or BLS, which was like the main guy, but I never summoned it because I drew BLS like it was nobody's business, and it was absolutely insane. I usually summoned it every time I had it, and most people were just like, really, you play that card? I'm like, yeah, I do. And then it would either banish a card or attack twice. I think one of my favorite plays was attacking twice with this and also attacking with lightning, and yeah, I won that game for sure. So yeah, so that's it for the monsters. It's 40 monsters. Spells, pretty standard, just a lot of just the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! 3 Pot of Desires, 3 Brilliant Fusion, 3 Left Arm Offering, never got ashed. Sided it out a lot, but it never got ashed. 3 Charge, so glad it's at 3. That's it for all the 3-ofs. Then for the 1-ofs, we played the 1 Rhoda. Card was good. Being able to search Goblinberg just to start your plays is always good. Easy side out too, if need be. Then we played 1 Soul Charge. Card was broken. The 1 Reborn card was also broken, so glad that's back. Shout out to my boy Andrew for hooking me up with the super. Yeah, these cards were good. The Pringle, the almighty Pringle. I cracked my record this time, you guys. I grasped someone for 38 cards. Johnny has grasped for 36, so I'm winning right now in how many cards we've grasped for. I'm sure one of us is going to crack 40 plus one of these days. Knowing him, with all the regionals he goes to, it'll probably be him, but for the YCS, I actually was able to beat my own record and hold the record right now between us of how many cards we grasped. This card is absolutely insane. It got ashed once, and all the times I had it, I had baited out ash, so when it resolved, it was game over. This card is absolutely nuts. And then, of course, 1 Foolish. That's it for the spells. Now, the one difference in our deck compared to a lot of people's decks, we did this in Dallas and we also just decided to do this in Atlanta, is we main decked the 3 evenly matched as the last cards in the deck. Now, the reason is pretty simple. Not going to win all the die rolls. It doesn't happen. If it does and we win every die roll, I mean, wow, like, we're broken like that. But it did not happen, and evenly matched was there for when we would go second, and it worked out fantastic. I blew out a lot of decks with it, and I mean, a lot of times I didn't even see it going first, so that was good. Sometimes I would see it going first, so it was kind of dead in my hand, but it was a card that I could hold in my hand in case something happened, my board got broken, and then I could evenly them back from hand and then continue and then try to play again on my next turn. So this card was actually really good in the main deck, and I was actually really surprised. I didn't think it would be as good as it was, but card was really, really good. So that is it for the main deck. It is 60 cards. I'm just going to go to the extra deck real quick. I played, of course, the 1 Bay. Bay is going back in her case, though, and I'm going to play one of the secrets. We'll see, though. I might bring it back out for the YCS. So, yeah, Minerva was Minerva. You guys already know. The 2 Omegas, definitely one of the MVPs. I wanted to play 3, but needed room, so I had to cut to 2. 2 was fine. A lot of games went really simple, where I would just summon 2 Omegas, hit some cards, make a Curious, make a Baguska, and go. Opponent couldn't do anything. The Omegas came back, and I just attacked for game. So, pretty simple. Omega is nuts. Just being able to recycle everything is great. The 1 Michael, shout out to my homie Michael Temez. Miss you, bro. Counting the days till you're back in the game. And the 1 Black Rose, both cards were nuts. Blew people out with this card. And Michael did what Michael always does. Being able to banish problematic cards in mill 3 is nuts. For the other rank 4s, we had Tornado Dragon, the Utopia package, which was insane. Again, Judge got called on this versus Borreload. I just don't know how that is not common knowledge by now, that when this attacks, it don't matter. Borreload's getting destroyed. So this was just insane, and it put in a lot of work, and it stole a lot of games because of how much damage it did. And then the one Baguska, this card is just really unfair. Many people have said this card should be a prize card. I agree. This card is nuts. Being able to set up your links and then put this in the you know, in one of the zones is just nuts. Like, the opponent can't do anything, and then you just basically killed him the next turn. So that card was nuts. And then, of course, the one Invoker for the combo. Now on to our links. Like I said, we did play a Zolde. Now I have nothing to say about this card. I never summoned it. Johnny, on the other hand, summoned it a crap ton, apparently. He told me he summoned it so much, and I'm just like, man, like, it just never came up for me. I hard drew BLS like it was my job. But this card, I mean, this card was fine, but we did make one fatal mistake in this extra deck, and you guys will see when I'm done. And definitely this card is not staying in the extra deck because I lost a couple games for us not playing one card. So, and I think the same one for Johnny. So I'll talk about that when we're done with the extra deck. But yeah, this card was a spicy, cool little tech. I originally saw it on Jamie the Kid 00's deck profile, and we decided to play it. It was whatever, though. Never summoned it. Have nothing to say about it. I hard drew BLS. So, I mean, it's cool in theory. It can do a lot of cool things. But yeah, I don't think I'd play it again. Mrs. Radiant and Curious, these cards are nuts. Radiant is Radiant, but Curious is without a doubt probably the all-star. I cannot believe this card was actually printed. This card is nuts. Being able to guarantee a snow and then mill 3 is ridiculous. This card is just nuts. I'm so glad they gave us this card because it really adds like a new level to our deck. And then probably my favorite card that I got to summon when I got to summon it was Saryuja's Skull Dread. I actually pulled this in my entry packs, you guys. I was borrowing one for the YCS, and my first pack of the entry packs, I pulled one, and I was like, damn, that's so ridiculous. So yeah, this card was nuts. It only got ashed once when I went to do the draw 4, but the draw 4 was nuts. The summoning from hand was nuts. The 300 boost was nuts. This card was broken. This is one of the best cards that they could have printed for the game as far as links go. This card is just broken. And then the one Seraph Knight to finish out the extra deck. Now, the biggest mistake we made is we did not play Borreload, and I lost because of it. We felt... I mean, I went back and forth saying, I don't know, you know, we should play this, should we not play this? And damn it, if it didn't come up, of course, round one, I got absolutely, like, destroyed, you guys. My soul got crushed by Masterpiece.deck, and he even said afterwards, I was waiting for you to Borreload me the whole game so I could scoop, and I just thought to myself, I don't play Borreload, and I literally just, you know, I'll be honest, that put me on tilt, but then I just continued to play, and then, you know, did better and better. But Borreload is going in the deck. No exceptions anymore. That was a huge mistake. This definitely should have been in there over a Zolde any day. So this was the one mistake we made, but definitely not going to make that mistake again. But yeah, that is the deck, you guys. I mean, my side deck was like whatever. If you guys, there was nothing really spicy in there. We did play 3 Torrential. Torrential was good just for when we would go first or whatever. You know, we'd set up our field, have our links. We'd set Torrential just in case our board got broken or they overextended and we can Torrential them and then kill them next turn. So it was pretty good, but I mean, other than that, it was just standard stuff like D-Barrier, Kaijus, Denkos, just like whatever. Never played Paleo, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, this was the deck, you guys, that we played at YCS Atlanta. Like I said, we played it card for card, so Johnny's deck is exactly the same. Like I said, I felt we did make the mistake of not playing Borreload, but definitely learned from that mistake. The Evenlies in the main were pretty cool, and just everything else was just standard. I can't believe this card came back, by the way. This is dumb. And then, yeah, like having like 2 like semi-soul charges is nuts. So, yeah. Rhoda was cool. And, you know, I just really enjoy the deck. I'm going to keep playing the deck. I know a lot of people want to play Pendulum Magicians, play all these other decks. That's fine. Do what you want to do. I just love this deck, so I'm going to keep playing it. I feel the deck has just such a high ceiling. There's so many things it can do. So much fun to play. There's so many combos in the deck. And you can just create boards that honestly, like, your opponent is not going to be able to break. You're able to crack their board, and you're able to just go forward and just do what you need to do. And that's what I really like about this deck, as you guys already know. You know, me, Johnny, Jamie the Kid, we're just some of the few channels that will keep playing the deck. And I just hope more people will be, you know, kind of encouraged to play this deck and try this deck out because it's just so much fun. I know people call it a Lightsworn deck, but again, the Lightsworns are just in there as kind of a support engine, to be honest. Snow is basically Snow.deck, to be honest. And yeah, just going to keep working on the ratios of the hand traps and just see how it goes. UDS Sacramento is this weekend, trying to work my way out of work so I can go. But yeah, I really enjoyed this deck. Enjoyed playing it at Atlanta. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any suggestions, please share them. You can even put hashtag why didn't you play Borreload, or hashtag never not include Borreload. Like, that was just a huge mistake. Like, to be honest, that did bother me in the back of my head the entire tournament, was that I don't have Borreload, could summon Borreload, it could just answer so many problems. But yeah, other than that, I loved our deck, and I hope you guys did too. Just let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Let me know any changes you would make, anything you'd like to see going forward, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.